Did you know if you're a farmer, you can get your low tunnels paid for by the NRCS? Through a recently launched government program, farmers can get between $4 and $5 per square foot in reimbursement towards a Quick Hoops low tunnel system. That's free money to help increase production on your farm. Learn more about Quick Hoops and the NRCS program at shop.moderngrower.co or using the link below. So along the way, you added value add. You have juices, you have vinaigrettes, you have baked goods that have microgreens. You've mentioned powders. At what point did you start introducing value adds, and what was the thought process or the trigger behind that?
So I just started doing the value added about 8 months ago, 9 months ago. And the idea was, hey, we just need more products, more SKUs, right? Because the more SKUs you have, the better. And like I said, we were more so really educating the customer. And it was like, okay, how can we make our lives easier and their lives easier? Let's introduce a product that they know that they could just grab and go. And it has microgreens in it, right? And that's how we came with the idea of the juices and the vinaigrettes, right? Because number one, if you could sell a product that has greens in it, the juices, it was like, hey, these have microgreens in it, which are more nutrient dense. And they're trying like, boom, that's what I want. Because most people are lazy. That's just the honest truth. They're not going to want to take microgreens home and cook a meal. If I could just drink it and get the same nutrient benefits compared to going home and, making a grilled salmon and sprinkling microgreens, I'd rather just drink it. And we sell more juice than any product, even more than the microgreens now for that very reason. And then we started making the vinaigrette just because of salads. And then we want to add to it. And then my mom, she likes making pastries and she has a degree in molecular gastronomy and baking and pastry. So then she just wanted to add a vegan and gluten-free cake. So she makes vegan and gluten-free cakes. They're both vegan and gluten-free with microgreens. So we're really out there really trying to make really amazing products that no other company's making with microgreens in them. So that was the idea. Just make some products that people are used to and they could just buy. Like I said, because most of the time you're educating people and they have no idea what microgreens are.
Yeah, I love the idea of value adding, gives you something else to sell. Some people run into bandwidth issues, though. I don't necessarily have the time. How much time out of your week goes to, let's say, just the juices? Because vinaigrette, I'm assuming, is relatively shelf stable. Juices, not so much. So how much time do you spend a week on juicing?
I spend one time a week on juicing. And I always tell the customer, you have to drink that juice before you see us next weekend. And it's completely cold pressed. I actually got a commercial cold press juicer, a Zumex Mastery. And that's where I'm juicing my microgreens in. And I have apples in there and lemons and ginger and making a really good juice. And right now, a retail store actually wants to hold our juice in their stores. So now that's what I'm working towards, because now I really need to start producing on a commercial scale and getting this into the retail store. So that's my next goal, is to be in this retail store by next year. And the growth has just been like insane. Yeah.
That's awesome to hear. Does that fall under the cottage food laws here in California, or do you need to go into a commercial kitchen to do that?
So I have a commercial kitchen. And then before that, I had a cottage license, but now I have a commercial kitchen.
Okay. What's your production per week? And let me back up. What's the size you sell the juices in and for how much?
I sell 12-ounce bottles for $10.
12 ounce for $10. How many 12 ounce for $10? Okay, I'm going to get the numbers mixed up. How many 12 ounce jars a week do you produce?
So I'm producing, let's see, I'm probably about 50, so about 450.
450? Holy cow. Okay.
Yeah, 450.
So you're getting some serious revenue from the juice.
From the juice.
Yeah.
But you're also sampling some of that juice, right? But you're not sampling 300 bottles worth of juice.
Right.
But you're not selling off 450 because you're sampling too.
And it's one recipe, one juice.
No, I have 3 different flavors.
Okay.
Yep, 3 different flavors.
What's profit on a jar if you're selling it at 10? How much you making?
So it's costing me about $1.50 to produce a juice per bottle.
That includes
So
the
I'm,
bottle itself.
yeah, so I'm spending about I'll say about 550 on bottles through a week. So it's a good profit. It's a real good profit.
Wait, what was the 550 number? You're spending.
That's about for how much it cost me for fruit and
Okay.
bottles.
Okay.
That's
Like 550
$550.
on the bottles and the other ingredients that go into it. And then obviously
Yep.
you grow the microgreens. Okay.
Yeah.
So when you press on a commercial juicer, you said you do it once a week. How many hours do you think it takes you to press out 450 jars?
12 hours all day.
Okay. So it's a full day.
It's a full day.
And it's your best seller now, sells more than the microgreens themselves.
Sells more than the microgreens.
That's awesome to hear. What are the flavor? What's the difference in flavors? Just, is it ingredients? Is it sweetness?
Yeah. Yeah. Just different ingredients. Some have apples, some have more beet, some have more carrot. So just regular traditional juices, but with microgreens.
If somebody's
Because there's no one, I don't know. You might have interviewed a microgreen farmer that's making a juice, but I don't know anyone making a microgreen juice. So that was just another selling point. And it was like, hey, there's no other microgreen juice out here. So that's the selling point.
I think it reaches a customer, a slightly different customer too. Somebody who sees microgreens, you got to want that. First, you have to know what it is, and you have to want it, and you have to know how to use it. There's no cooking really involved with it. So it's a relatively easy thing versus a whole rutabaga or something like that.
Yeah.
But the juice is like everybody can identify with a juice. Now you got to want a green juice, but everybody knows what to do with that. It's just, I'm going to drink this and consume it, and then I'm all good at the end of the day. So I love the idea that if somebody was listening to this in Michigan or Chicago, they grow microgreens, they wanted to start selling some juice alongside microgreens, any words of wisdom you could distill down to them to say, hey, if you're going to go this route, think about these things?
Just make a good product, a good juice, because I'm sure there's no one out there selling a microgreen juice, and just sample your product, have confidence in your product. There's really just the simple stuff. Because if your product is good, people are going to buy it. And you just have to really convince them that you're drinking a healthy product, which, I mean, juice is naturally healthy. But realize it might take some time to make the juice, right? Because when I first started juicing, I was juicing on a regular juicer you get at Walmart, literally. Imagine. And then I won a grant where I could get a commercial juicer, right? So it's just small baby steps. And then, just like anything in life, just be positive, work hard, be humble, and just believe in your product. And if it doesn't do good, you might just have to add another market, or maybe you have to deliver that juice to a juice bar, because if you're on the East Coast, it might be too cold for a farmer's market. And you're like, hey, we're going to deliver to a juice bar, or deliver to a small local mom and pop cafe or something like that. So that'd be my advice. Try to get a good team around you. Yeah.
Yeah. The good thing is you can really test the market. If you could produce 20 jars for one market for 1 week, right? See how that goes.
Exactly. That's it. Yeah, that's a good point. That's a really good point. At the farmer's market, you really could test your product. So I first brought those juices to the farmer's market, and it was like, wow, it tastes good to me. Let's see how they think. And then the customer said, oh yeah, it's really good. And then I was like, okay. And then I went to a new market, and I was like, yeah, we like it. So then I started getting confidence in the product. And then, but that's a good thing about markets. If any farmers or microgreen farmers want to create a product, just test it out at the market and see how it goes. And if you're selling out or selling a lot of your product, then that's a good starting point right there.
Yeah, nice complementary product. Uses the microgreens. Vinaigrette, another complementary product. You can just put it right on the microgreens. How does that sell? How does that work?
Yeah, the microgreens. So what we do is we'll cut the microgreens and make a little mini salad. We'll have like little sample cups, and then I'll have forks, and then we'll just sprinkle the vinaigrette on there, and then let the customers try the vinaigrette with a little mini salad we made, and then boom, they're either buy it or they won't. Yeah.
Does the vinaigrette have microgreens in it, or is it just this?
It has microgreens in it. Yeah, it has microgreens in it.
That's awesome. Awesome. Shelf stable product too, or at least refrigeration stable, right?
Yep.
If you enjoy farm podcasts, then tune into Carrot Cash Flow for all things farm business. Join us as we explore the latest trends, tips, and stories from market farmers running businesses just like yours. Whether you're a seasoned farmer or just starting out, our podcast has something for everyone. Listen in and grow with us. Available on all major podcast platforms. Don't miss out. Subscribe to Carrot Cash Flow today.